What's up, guys? I had plans to jump on here, do a video about a little different topic, but then something hit me, and it was that I almost didn't hit record because in some of the classes I've been taking that are awesome, one of the things that we've been talking about is first impressions and how your background of your video can affect that. And I am all about being professional, but my surroundings don't define who I am or what I offer or the product I offer. And so I am done letting the fear of my first impression keep me from hitting record. And so here I am. So that's something I wanted to bring up in this topic. A lot of times moms and makers, sometimes we think we're stuck. Right? We feel like there's just no next step that's obvious. And sometimes that gets to be really, really big in our head. And then that narrative is that stuck, right? And we just start feeling that inside. I think this is something for humans in general, but here's my news flash for you, okay? You are not stuck. You are not stuck. There is something else that is causing that feeling, and you are using stuck as a crutch, okay? Now, you might feel overwhelmed and you're in a little bit of a shutdown mode. You might feel anxious. You might feel the fear of what other people think. Okay, what does my background look like? Right? I am in my rental house that I love, but it is not my own. I have a banana on the counter back there. You know what I'm saying? And for the last handful of days, it's kept me from pushing record. Because what are people going to think of me in my background? I don't have a fancy shop. But does that make my product less valuable? Absolutely not. Does it take away the 12 plus years I've spent working on this trade? No. Does it take away what I am good at conveying to you? Does it take away my leadership skills? No, not at all. Does it take away that I am a daughter of God with divine potential? No. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay. So a lot of times there are some external circumstances that we allow to internalize in a way that makes us feel stuck. And again, that could be a variety of things. The overwhelm, okay? The burnout. I deal with both of those personally. Those are things I am continually practicing on managing in my brain. I think 2 or 3 podcast episodes ago mentioned the fact that I feel that I need to be productive all the time. And that if I am not productive and putting out results and doing something all the time, then somehow I am less valuable. Okay. And these are all narratives and inner thoughts and inner beliefs that we run subconsciously. Okay. And when we can identify what it is that puts our brain into feeling stuck, then we can manage what that is, move on, and not let the fear of hitting a record stop us, right? So we each have our own story and our own past experiences and current circumstances that shape the way we perceive things. So every one of us is different. And what I want to suggest here is that when you can identify, I'm going to use overwhelm as the example just because it's here and we can talk about it, okay? So when you identify that you're overwhelmed with all of these things, okay? You have the things you want to do, the things you have to do. You have the things your kids have to do. You've got your family things, you've got your fun things. You've got the church things. You've got all of these things that are demanding and pulling at your time. And when we allow those to exist without a system in place, they begin to feel very overwhelming. And bottom line is, there are systems that we can implement that work uniquely for our own set of circumstances that help us manage things and eliminate that overwhelm that then allows us to move forward how we want, when we want, and how hard we want. Okay? And the point of all of this is so we can keep a clear head about where we're headed, where we're going, and what we need right now. Because if you're a parent like me, your kids, you can't pick and choose when there's a crisis, right? You can't. Your family, your friends, the people that matter to you, the circumstances. Okay, we had some very dear friends have their home burned down not too long ago. And was that convenient? Absolutely not, right? It sure would have been nice if we could have had the home burned down, another time. You don't get to pick and choose those things, right? I can't choose when my daughter needs me. I can't choose when the horses get, you know what I mean? When we have this and this going on. But what I can do is put some systems in place that allow me the space to handle those things as they come, okay? if you're listening and you are super type A, then I encourage you to do your type A things that you need to do with your timestamps and your time blocks and everything in place how you need it for your routine to work for you. I can't speak to that because I am super not type A. So I'm going to speak the way I understand, and I want you to take what will work for you, take the sentiment behind it all, and implement it in the way that works for you in your world. So for me, being very much probably type B, I don't like having to do things at a certain time for a certain amount of time consistently all the time, right? Now, if there's a meeting happening at 7, that's fine. I can be at the meeting at 7. My group of workout friends, we go at 7, right? So that's something that I do have to schedule. But the rest of my day, I have my goals. Like, I need to work on my physical product, my cinches, my breast collars, my saddle pads, for X amount of time a day. Okay. And for me, and I think probably for most people, it doesn't work when it's 10 minutes at a time, because you barely get started and then you're like, have to get up and, help get lunch or blah, blah, blah. So I encourage you to set aside that allotted amount of time that you need to do what you need to do. So whether that's your computer work, if you own a business, maybe it's your admin stuff, like your bookkeeping, your making the back end run, all of those things. Maybe if you have a physical product, maybe it is your time making. Set your time, and you know that I can do that when the kids get home from school. I have a babysitter lined up from 3 to 5. So I will drop them off with the babysitter, and I have from 3 to 5 to work on my physical product today. Now, that might look like 3 days a week for you. That might look like one day a week for you. Whatever that is, that's a system that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have a babysitter from 3 to 5, and I am going to work on my cinches or my leather or my silversmithing, whatever that is. And that's a system for you, okay? Now, we break this way down and help you personally fit what your life looks like and what your goals look like. And we put a personalized system together for you inside my Ranch Ready Makers Only community. And so I'm not going to dive into that here, but I will put the links in the notes. You can jump in on there anytime. That officially launches February 15th. If you're watching this, I am mid-January right now. So if you are prior to launch date, then message me so you get on the wait list, because the enrollment window is not going to be open forever. So be sure that you don't miss that enrollment window if that's something that sounds like you'd be interested in. So we deep dive into setting up a personalized system, things like that. We even deep dive into helping you identify what it is that you're feeling is making you stuck. Is it the overwhelm? Is it burnout? Is it the fact that you have a whole bunch of loose things floating around in your head? And we need to help you come up with a system to structure that in a way that works for you and your lifestyle and responsibilities and other obligations that you have in your life. So I think that that's something, if we really all kind of turn in and reflect, we can find out what that roadblock is for us. And once it's identified, there's ways to manage it. There's ways to put those systems in place so when you do begin to feel overwhelmed, you're going to revert back to your system, which is XYZ, and that's what we're going to do. And so that's my little rambling for today, and I appreciate you all being here. And if you are here on the YouTube, I'm new on the YouTube, so subscribe, comment, share with your friends, share with the people you feel would benefit from this, and stay tuned for more. I'm super excited to bring you some lifestyle videos, some behind the scenes things, and I want to know what you want to see. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you being part of our community where cowboy tradition meets maker confidence, and we always put the horse over the dollar. And until next time, see ya.